Hey everyone, welcome to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay, and welcome. So, time to go paint along. So grab a brush, grab some paints, grab a model, paint along with me. This week I'm actually working on a commission. I've decided that I'm going to postpone. I'm going to work on some Space Marines in the near future, but I just want to see the new Codex probably beforehand in case, because there's a couple builds that I'm debating between. And yeah, it's a great time to just work on a commission piece and so you can see how I'm doing it on a commission. And yeah, so grab brushes ahead, grab some paints, grab some models. Let's rid the world of unpainted models, shall we? Let's go. Hey everyone, so today I will be working on this Infinity model. He's a Nomads model, I believe he's called, and he's an intruder. That's cool. And I've just base coated him with chestnut brown from Reaper with an airbrush. That way I got all the parts of him. He looks good. So now I'm going to hit him with a Rakeland Flesh shade. Now the reason is I really want to keep a nice reddish brown tones on this guy, and Rakeland Flesh shade is the perfect combination if you want, because essentially it's a combination of red and brown tones in the shading. So it's a great shade to use if you're like on a chestnut color, for example. And I love painting this guy. This is my first intruder, but the problem is the word intruder to me. To be honest, the word intruder has kind of been, whenever I hear the word intruder now, I think of either two different things. I think of either intruder alert, you know, that kind of thing, you know, or hello, intruder alert, that kind of thing. Or the bed intruder song. You know, he's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband. You know, that kind of song. That's a little karaoke with Jay. Jaraoke, I guess. Jaraoke. Yeah, so. But it's cool. Yeah, I'm having a good time. This is for a commission that I'm working on, and I haven't really made the decision. Last week, like, these days go by so fast, you know. I finish a day, I finish a week's videos, and it seems like then instantly I'm back at Painting with Jay, because, like, the week flies by so fast. And yeah, it's just one of those things that goes by super quick in the week, you know? And it's like, wow, where did the week go? Yeah, so let's talk about the last week, shall we? So last week, it was good. I did launch my t-shirt line, everyone, so go check it out. Once again, it's miniwargamerj.spreadshirt.com. And there's even a promotion this week. If you spend $30 or more in your local currency, you get free shipping. So that's good. You know, it's a good thing. People like free shipping. And yeah, it's been cool. I'm not going to talk about sales or anything. There haven't been that many sales or anything, but it's really fun. And the fun thing is about these t-shirts, I'm really curious as to which ones sell more and which ones sell less. You know, because I worked on a lot of the designs, and some of the designs took me a lot longer to make, and some of them took me less. And so far, it's actually one of the ones that took me less time to make, and I think that's kind of funny. But so far right now, I respect that is in the lead, and I understand why, because it's my catchphrase. You know, one of my catchphrases. I'm surprised Happy Painting didn't do as well, but yeah, it's all good. There's still plenty of time. It's not like it's a short-term sale. There it is right there. And what else? I found more of my parchment paper for my wet palette. So I've been using my wet palette lately. I love using my wet palette. Because the great thing about wet palette is you can like put your paints in it, and a couple hours later you come back and your paints are still wet. And that's awesome. You know, I don't like wasting paint. Paint is an expensive commodity. And I don't charge much for my commissions. By the way, if you're ever interested in a commission, contact me at commissions@miniwargamerj. No, that's wrong. Commissions@jadedproductions.com. You can link my Facebook page, and you'll see it there and stuff. But yeah, I've been having a good time doing commissions. You know, I don't usually paint Infinity models. I do a little bit for like my painting tutorials in the Warp, but besides that, I really haven't had a chance to play a lot of Infinity. There is no meta here, basically, for Infinity, or very, very little of a meta, should I say, for Infinity. So I just haven't had the chance. Like, people ask me a lot, why don't I do as many, you know, Infinity or Malifaux or even Privateer Press games, you know? And the reason is, it's simply, I play what people play. It's really hard for me. I did, you know, put up a couple posts a while ago about, you know, if anybody was interested in Malifaux or not, or, you know, Hordes or War Machine, and I got no response because there's no meta here. And that's just the thing. At the end, you're the mercy of your meta. And that's okay with me, because I do love 40k, obviously. I'm a 40k player. But it's good, you know. But just people will know me for 40k battle reports and not much of other battle reports, and that's okay. You know, I'm not trying to play all of them. I just, you know, I want to do whatever I do well. That's all I do. You know, no matter what game I play, I will do my best to make sure I put out the best content I can. It's been a good week. I've been able to put out a bunch of videos. I really should have put out the How to Play 40k. It'll be up soon, I promise. It won't be like every third week or every month. I've just been really busy this week. Yeah, really, really busy. Filming some things. What else did I do? Oh, last week I went. Now I really love music. I am a music fanatic. I don't play any instruments. I don't sing. I don't have any rhythm. I'm not a dancer, but I love music. I've always been a music person. I love music, and I have a list of kind of like a bucket list of artists and bands I really want to see before, you know, they stop playing or they die or I die or someone dies, you know, and. Yeah, I would love to see Simon and Garfunkel. Only problem is they don't come to Toronto they don't tour anymore. One of the artists I've always wanted to see is Bobby Mcferrin, because he is a very talented musician. Now, people only know him for really one song, and it's unfortunate because his the only song that people know him for is "Don't Worry, Be Happy." No, it's not Bob Marley, people. You can debate all you want. Bob Marley does not sing that song. Bob Marley gets credit for a lot of songs Bob Marley did not write or sing or do anything about. I.e., like if you can go on YouTube right now and type in Bob Marley, Red Red Wine, and it's a UB40 song. It's not Bob Marley, but you'll find like versions of it, Bob Marley, and then in the comments, if you look in the comment section, you'll probably find people making fun of it, in the sense that it wasn't Bob Marley, it was UB40. And the same thing is with Bobby Mcferrin. Bob Marley gets a lot of credit for Don't Worry, Be Happy. But of course, Don't Worry, Be Happy was put out and written and performed years and years after Bob Marley died. So it was not, you know, Bob Marley, it was Bobby Mcferrin. But Bobby Mcferrin, he is such a talented musician. He does a lot of like improv jazz and a lot of improv classical. And he's just a very good performer. He has such a good sense of humor. I've always wanted to see him in concert. He only comes to the GTA usually once every, I wouldn't say a year. I'd say it's more like he'll come 3 times over a period of like 5 years. And I missed last time. He was here for the Toronto Jazz Festival. And I missed it. So this year, I was just talking to my wife, and we were like, I wonder when Bobby Mcferrin comes to Toronto next. And he was coming, he came last weekend. So I bought tickets, and we went. And it was really good. It was really, really good. I was very happy with it. He didn't perform a lot of his own stuff. But he did, what he does is he brings in local musicians, usually jazz or some. There's usually a jazz element to one of them or 2 of them, and then the rest of them are just interesting artists that are really good at, you know, what they do. And he jams with them. He plays his body basically, and a lot of acapella. I wouldn't really call it, maybe beatboxing, but I wouldn't really call it beatboxing because of style. And he just plays with them. They do improv, and he shows off their talents, and it's really cool. And that's what he did most of it with the local musicians. And I was really, really blown away at the quality. There was a local a cappella group called, I forgot what they're called. I'll remember later. Cadence? I think it's Cadence. And they were really good with him. They were really good and plus they had a really easy gelling style with them, because they're an a cappella group and he does a cappella music, so it was just an easy It was an easy time for them, and they basically what they did was they kind of filled him out in the sense that they allowed him to perform music that usually he'd have to layer himself, and then they could perform with him. You know, it was really, really cool. Okay. This guy's not going to be that complicated of a color scheme. And yeah, it was really good. I was very much blown away. I kind of missed, my wife and I kind of missed him. Bobby actually did a free thing before the concert where he was out just doing stuff randomly with audience members, but it was cool. I missed it, but it was still a really good concert. And I got to scratch off an artist off my bucket list of singers. And it was just really good. And he actually performed Don't Worry Be Happy, but he didn't perform it in the entirety because he kind of out of point. It's his biggest song, but he didn't ever want to be known for just that song because it doesn't really reflect him as an artist. You know, it's kind of like if I was known for some random reason, if you only knew me for a War Machine battle report. And I do War Machine, but War Machine is not really what I'm known for. You know, I do a lot of painting. I do a lot of 40K. And it's not like I would purposely abstain from doing War Machine. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing a War Machine battle report. I'm filming a War Machine battle report tomorrow. But it'll probably be in the war. But it's just, basically he stopped performing that song because it didn't really reflect him, he found. He just put it on an album and then it kind of became his number one hit, accidentally. So he hasn't performed it in entirety since what was it? He said November of 1988. So he performed a bunch of fun renditions of it with the group Cadence, and it was really good. Again, I was very happy with it. I thought it was cool. It was really silly though, a couple parts in the concert. Like at one point, he asked for 4 audience members. He just said, "I need 6 audience members, but like sopranos, altos, and tenors." Right, and he asked for 6 people, and then instantly, like, people jumped up. I understand why. Like, to them, it's an honor to sing with Bobby Mcferrin. He does a lot of stuff with choirs and stuff, and for trained singers, they love him. So 6 people instantly jumped up. By the time he couldn't even finish the sentence, they jumped up, and they ran to the stage. And he's like, "Oh, cool." But then, like, a dozen more people got up in their seats and ran up on stage, clearly after the 6 people had already gone up there. And then Bobby's like, "Oh, okay." And then another, like, 15 people got up and walked on stage. And Bobby was kind of joking about it, and like, this is a little too many. And then even more people, like the lady behind us, got up and started walking to the stage. And I was like, "Come on, people." He asked for 6 people. 6 volunteers. And at this point, there's like 40 people on stage, and it was really like awkward because you could tell it was kind of it kind of annoyed him in the sense that he did ask for only 6, and so they performed a couple songs, right, and it kind of worked, but it was just like it really wasn't what he was trying to do because of the number of people. And then after they left, he kind of joked about it. The second they left, he's like, "All right, now I need 300 dancers on the stage," as a joke. And then some of the people that had just stayed up there and sung with him, they were like, "Oh, okay." And then they started walking back up to stage. He's like, No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." And they're like, "Oh." So, let me compare. So I just had an epiphany about colors right now. That's okay. I'll keep it this color. And yeah. Oh, here's another commission piece that I'm working on for the same guy. He's almost done. This is a Hellcat. So yeah, it was a good concert. I really enjoyed it. It was just silly that, and then at the end of the concert, Bobby came out and it was really cool. Instead of doing, I thought he was going to do an encore, but instead of that, he didn't perform. He did a Q&A, or a Q&J, depending on this person, right? He did a Q&A with the audience, and then again, one of the same audience members, who was really, as I said, like one of the last people to get it back up on that stage. She puts up her hand and asks him to do another exercise when he was pretty tired at that point because he'd already just did the entire concert. And she asked him to do another song, and he didn't really, I wouldn't say he didn't, it was obvious he was pretty tired at that point because he's getting older there. He's like 68 or something like that, 66. And then so she kind of annoyingly requests you do more music. And people were like, good question? That's not, it was weird. What else happened this week? Working on commissions, working as well. Yeah, commissions have been fun. These guys, I'm really under costing myself with these Infinity models, but that's okay. It happens. It happens with new models, I find. Basically, the first time that I paint each model, I always go on the safe side, and by the safe side, I always go intentionally lower, because my mentality is to always, I don't know, again, this isn't the best business decision, but it's the nicest person decision. To always, go, it's always better to undercost your customers than to overcost them, And that's how I do things. So what I do is I always go safe, and I always charge less the first model, like the first time I paint a model. And then if I find that I'm really undercosting my work, I then, for the next time I quote that model, I increase the price to the approximate amount that it is worth. And that way it's fair. So the first person kind of always gets a deal. And I do let them know sometimes. I let the customer know at the end of this that just to let you know, I found that I was not paying myself accordingly. So if you do order models in the future, there'll be a higher cost for painting. Maybe the whole thing. Yeah, I'll just paint the whole thing back silver. So, it happens, right? It's not too big of a deal. Like for this model right here, I'm only charging for like an hour. So basically this entire time. Now obviously I'm talking to you people, so it will slow down my progress. But you can see I'm not going to paint this entire model in an hour, right? It's sorry, I dropped some. But I'm going to come close. It's not too complicated of a model. In retrospect, I probably should have charged for like an hour and a half of my time. And what I basically do is I only pay, I don't charge very much. My commission, I don't know. People, whenever somebody actually questions my costs, my prices, I say, okay, do me a favor and go to any other major company. And then come back to me and let me know how much more they charged. Because I am not an expensive commission painter. For the quality that I put out, I am not an expensive commission painter. Also, a really good benefit, I'm jumping all around, but a really good benefit of using a wet palette is that sometimes I'm a little ADD with my painting, and I'm like, oh, this step's done. Because I always try to keep a wash going and drying on my model. Whenever I'm doing a commission like this, here's some tips I always do. I don't like taking my hand off the model. I always like painting regardless of what I step. As you can see, when I apply a wash or a shade, I instantly jump to the next color. As long as it doesn't really interfere with what I'm doing. Yeah. So that's cool. And then I always try to keep something drying. basically. So whenever I have a chance to apply a shade, yeah, that whole thing should be metal. Whenever I am applying a shade, I then, while it's drying, as I said, I keep going. I like to keep my hand always on the model because, or if you're batch painting, that's the other way, just batch paint. So as I said, this for this particular miniature, this episode of Painting with Jay is going to be a good inclination of how much should I charge. And if the client happens to be watching this, which I bet he will, he can actually see, how much speed I am. And that's the coolest thing, is when they can actually see me painting the model, and they know that I am not a greedy individual. And I'm not saying anybody who charges more than me is a greedy individual by any means. By no means am I saying that. I just don't feel my time's worth as much as their time, probably. They feel that their time's worth, and that's okay. As I said, it's not greedy at all. Not at all. I just don't charge, a whole lot. It's got a lot of metal on them. Good stuff there. I'm probably going to take a break from the metal for a minute and finish up the. Actually, I'll apply I'll finish the metal, apply a shade, and then go back and do some highlighting. And this is my tabletop level that I'm painting at. This is a decent tabletop level, in my opinion, because there's going to be multiple shades. For each color I use a base coat, and then usually 2 highlights. Base coat, a shade, and 2 highlights is what I typically call my tabletop quality. I don't tend to paint to, yeah, that's supposed to be, I'll fix that one. I don't tend to paint to the 3 color minimum. I don't like to paint. I will if need be. If someone says, hey, I want to paint these models to 3 color minimum, which I've done before, I gladly do it. It's not what I prefer to do, because I don't know, it's not as fun. But I was worried when I first got back into commission work that I was going to burn out or something, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Very much. Oh, that's supposed to be metal. I'm correct. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So yeah, Bobby Mcferrin was really good. I'm filming some battle reports tomorrow. This week's battle report, it was up yesterday. Bit of a delay, but it was okay. It was awesome. As I said, once again, thank you to all the Patreon people filming. At putting up it was a 52-minute battle report, and it only took like 3 hours to render. And that is a really short amount of time compared to how much it used to take. Cool. I think that's it. There's metallics. Oh, there's a couple on the chest. A couple pieces of silver. What else? Yeah. I'm excited
I'm looking forward to Gen Con. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am going to, I'm not mentioning when, because it hasn't been settled yet, officially. But I'm going to go visit my friend Patrick in Quebec sometime in the near future. And that'll be good to see him. I haven't actually seen him in person. We've been friends a while, but no, we haven't actually seen each other in person. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to go visit him. He just had a baby. Him and his wife, of course, or girlfriend, or partner. And so it'll be cool. Nice to meet them all. Good. Good stuff. Now I'll apply a shade, a really heavy non-oil. Oh, there's a little bit more that I missed. That's okay. I'll go back to it after. You know what? Yeah, I should probably hit it now. There's some parts on the arms that are going to be metallic as well. This one isn't a particularly complicated color scheme, I found, compared to the others that I've been painting so far for this commission. That's okay. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Deadpool. I don't know why. Maybe the red. Sorry, I just have to put a little more. Sometime, like my Tyranids, I can paint a Tyranid blindfolded because I've painted so many Tyranids over my lifetime. This model, I have to give it a little bit more thought because there we go. Perfect. I haven't painted him before. And also, sometimes when I'm doing painting with Jay, and I'm painting a model and I stop a step, I'm always trying to fight the urge to turn off the camera. Because I'm used to just doing painting tutorials and you just, you finish the step and then hit click on the camera. So we're about 25 minutes in. And he's looking pretty good. He has 3 colors on him. So he's 3 color minimum. But as I said, he's probably going to take me about an hour and a half straight of painting to actually finish. And if that happens, it happens. That's the key with commission painting. It's hard. It's sometimes hard to figure out how much time you're going to spend on a model that you've never painted before. And I've painted a lot of different models, so what I try to do is just look at the level of complexity. Especially with HQs, because HQs to me are I charge an okay amount per HQ, but my prices basically start at like $40 per HQ, because I know I will spend between 4 to 5 hours on an HQ, easy. Because the level of like GW HQs, for example, have such a high level of detail, and they also have a lot of colors. They're very busy on the color schemes. So I just I charge a little bit more, and so I look at the level of just detail on them, and so I decide if I haven't painted it before. If I have painted it before, I kind of know, as I said, by experience, how long. Summer's here. It feels crazy. It's June. Time flies by, as I said, this just it flies so quickly by. Really does. You know. Good. Good. Done. Let's put that guy down for a second. Brush. Now I'm going to take some chestnut brown from Reaper, and I'm going to add just a little bit of an off-white. Yeah, I'll just add a little bit of an off-white to it. Screaming skull. I prefer shabby bone. There's any dust? No. There you go. So let's just lighten it up slightly. And once again, this is one of the beauties of the wet palette, is that once you mix a color like this, it's good to go, and it will stay for a long time. Actually, you know what I'll probably use, now that I mixed the color, I'm probably going to take a little bit of the chestnut brown again and just do a quick edge highlight of a couple areas and build up the colors accordingly. Because the shade, my brush is splitting. Oh, I should probably clean it out after. But as you can see, the shade did darken it a bit. So I like to sometimes just start back at the original color and rebuild the tones. That way there's also a realistic transition, or a very natural transition, I should say. Cool. He's actually really coming along. Well, after a few colors though. Let's see. That's actually the area that I was wondering about. Yeah, it should be that color. Good. And now we'll take our extreme, not our extreme, but the second highlight color. And let's pick out what edges we really want to pop. Cool. I'm not mentioning the client's name, but if you are watching this, you literally get to see your model get painted up in front of your eyes. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's looking pretty good. 34-minute mark. So again, this is not, it's because I'm talking. I could do it, but this model, I think it's going to take me about another half an hour after I'm done filming, which is okay. That's not bad. It's another model done with commission. Good. Now we'll take the reds and do the same thing. For this guy, I really don't use the Evil Sun's, no, sorry, I do use Evil Sun Scarlet. I don't use Wild Rider for this color scheme. Just because I know how bright the person wants, and it is not that bright of a red. Good. And what brush am I using? In case people are curious, this is the Adepticon Katana brush from Games and Gears. They made it for the Adepticon people. I'm going to basically use the shadowing, or the shade, sorry, to really exaggerate the armor. There we go. Look at that. Looking good. And so this is just my tabletop level. This is not, show quality by any means. But I definitely feel that this is a good standard for tabletop. Base coat, shade, and one or two highlights. That's quite decent. It's going to be metallic. Uh-oh. Look at this. And of course I'm thinning down my paints with acrylic medium. Good. Look at him. Hey, buddy. Look at you. Is that in focus? I apologize if I've been filming the entire time without it being in focus. Oop, that's out of focus. Hey, get in focus. I guess that is in focus. Yeah. All right. I'll do the same with Evil Sun Scarlet. And once again, I've been just airbrushing before this. Is why I have a mask. No mask. Glove on. I have a glove on because of the airbrushing. Let's go back over with do a quick with Evil Sun Scarlet. There's a guy mowing the lawn in the distance. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but yeah. I love these painting with J's. I really do. It's actually become one of my favorite series. I think it's one of my favorite series to film. It's really chill. Like, I find it's like my moment of zen. You know, the Q&Js, the big difference, now, people are always asking, why don't I film as many Q&Js as painting with J's? As I said, because Q&Js, I have to be in the house. I can film here, I guess, but it's hard because I don't, I look at my phone or something for the questions. But I like this. It's just me talking to the world for an hour and getting some work done at the same time, and it feels great. It really does. Q&Js, my biggest problem now, here's some actual truth to it. It was harder to film because it was hard to get an hour of like silence in the house sometimes whenever I'm filming. But it was also like I had to stop filming in front of the lights for such long periods of time because it was giving me a headache. You see how bright those lights are, and they are really bright. You know, I just didn't. It was giving me headaches, so I didn't like it. Oops. That's pretty bright and red. I like it. Mm-hmm. Good job. One of the things as well, like I know my work when I quit doing commissions about 2 years ago when I started working back in mini wargaming. But I can tell my level of improvement since by looking at my finished models. You know, I think like when I finish a model now, I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks so much better than it would have if I painted it a couple years ago. And that's good. It's good to improve because, I'm, in a way, like I said, I'm actually starting to feel like an artist. And I'm trying to improve my art. Just to me, it sounds a little arrogant calling myself an artist. Oh. Cool. Look. Sorry, a mosquito on me. That's the thing. We have a lot of mosquitoes here. I guess certain other people might have a lot of mosquitoes as well. There we go. Level of shadow. Sorry. Just tripped the cord again. And so looking good. Just going to take a quick break for a second. Start the next color. Good. Good. Next color I will work on, probably finish up the silvers. Yeah, let's finish up the silvers. So let's go to the next color. Where are you? Iron Breaker. And then the next color after that will probably be a gray liner. Yeah. Or maybe I'll go black and then gray liner. Yeah. Yeah, black and then gray liner I think would be a good combination. So here we go. Just do a quick overbrush. I really like having texture. Whenever I do metallics, I always love to have a nice metallic texture. I just knocked over the metallic paint. Oops. I think the name of this episode is, I'm going to put down, don't worry, be happy painting. Yeah. Don't worry, be happy. Look at him. He looks pretty cool. I don't even know what this guy does. I have no. I'm not. As I said, I'm not big into Infinity. I don't. What else? Yeah, the T-shirt lining. It was really cool. You know, this year 2, year 1, I launched the Warp, and I spent a lot of time on it, obviously. And year 2, I'm gonna try to do some other things, like I'm gonna make my own dice, as I said. I know Mini Warring just did as well, but that was completely independent. I'm going to do my T-shirt line, and that was really exciting to see people buying the T-shirts. Really cool. Somebody in Nunavut bought it the other day, or Yukon, at least northern Canada. So somewhere in northern Canada, there's some guy wearing a "I respect that" T-shirt. That's pretty cool to me. Good. I'm talking to you all. Mosquitoes are attacking my hands. We have a couple mosquitoes in my workshop. Gotta kill them. And silvers are basically done. Yay. So, I'm at roughly 40 minutes right now, I should say. Look at him. Done. Now what should I do now? Let's do... There's an off-white. Let's do the black areas, yeah. Oh, I did find out. Somebody sent me a message about the... I put a comment... I remember mentioning the other day about the video that I filmed with Leland. And I apologized if I was the one who made the inappropriate comment. It turns out it wasn't me. I didn't think it was me. But somebody sent me a message and a time that I was actually... They were like, oh, check out this time in the video. That's what this video was referring... The comment was referring to. I said, oh, okay, cool. So I clicked on it and I'm like, oh, good, it wasn't me. I didn't think it was me. So, Leland. Oops. Just didn't sound like something I would say. But, yeah. I didn't remember Leland saying it either. So. I really need a haircut. I'm actually thinking of trying those. I might try it out. One of those cool devices that you like cut your own hair. I know they get terrible reviews, but I like trying those things. I love infomercial products. The only thing better than infomercial products is watching the infomercials and watching the dumb infomercial people. You know the people I'm talking about? Like in any infomercial, the people in the infomercial can't do the simplest task. It's like, how to crack an egg. And they're like, oh no, what if I try it against my head? It breaks that way, you know. I love watching those commercials, just seeing the people and be like, are you serious? Do you have a problem opening up jars? Because you can't figure out how to turn them? If so, the new Jar Turner 8000 is for you. But wait, there's more. Yeah, I love them. I'm addicted to those kind of things. I don't buy a lot of stuff from infomercials, but I love watching them. They're fun. Don't worry. Be happy painting. Yep, summer's here. It feels good. It's nice and warm out. I've been cleaning up my workshop lately. Getting it all nice and spick and span. Yeah. Sorry, I just need a little more paint. And yeah, as I said, getting my life in gear. And this year I'm going to try, as I said, branch out a little bit, do... Content's obviously been my number one priority. And the warp and free, obviously. Both of them, putting the best content I can. The face-off tournament starts tomorrow, which I'm excited about. The videos should hopefully be up tomorrow night. Or no, tonight. Yeah, they're up tonight. That's what I'm saying. Today's Thursday. The face-off videos will be up tonight, hopefully. But they might actually be up yesterday night, depending on when this video goes up. So tomorrow night / tonight / today. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confusing myself, people. But that'll be cool. And the face-off is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun tournament. I don't care, by the way, as I said, I don't honestly care who wins. I'm not going to be biasing the results just so that, you know, Belial, for example, wins. Because, to be honest, Belial is... I know the lineup now of people. Belial is in trouble. If you're betting on Belial, I wouldn't bet on Belial. No. I think Belial, I could be wrong. I got to double check the tournament. We've already filmed a bunch of them. But Belial, well, we're not a bunch of them. We filmed a couple of them. But Belial went up against a pretty formidable foe. But he could have beaten him, but just I know the lineup that Belial has to face. It's going to be fun. You know, some people have easier paths than others. I don't know. I guess not really, because you know, everyone in this tournament is pretty confused by that. Oh. It's just like side pockets. Oh, okay. I gotta keep an eye on them. Let's do that. He's turning out really well. I like him. Yeah, I gotta get a haircut. I think that was a mistake. I don't know. I might have to fix that later. I tried to reciprocate the mask. Maybe it was a mistake. I've never seen. The problem is I've never seen this model before. Yeah, I might have to fix that later. Reblend it. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll double check. Let's look at some others. Angles. And figure out... no, I think that's right. I think that is actually right. And I just... Let's see. As Jay looks at his phone to quickly find out. Intruder. Nomads. Intruder. Nope, I'm right. Good. Just looked a little weird for a second. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody. I don't know why that song's in my... Oh, yeah, I know why that song's in my head. Evil. Evil catchy tune. Alright. So that's good. And... That's all for the black area. So let's go to gray liner. I use gray liner on everything, basically, people. It's kind of like my... I don't know what people say. What do you put? Something... Oh, like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I put that on everything, kind of thing. I use gray liner for everything. I go through a lot of gray liner. Because to me, I love... Whenever I paint black, I always go over after with gray liner. Because it adds a dimension to the black. Black is a pretty boring color on its own. Because then it's just like, oh, and it's black. Right? Because it has no raised areas and there's no shadows. It's just one black. Because you can't get much blacker than black, you know? So I always go over after with some gray liner. And you can rarely tell, like it's just a dark matte gray, but it really adds a dimension if you look carefully. And it really ages it, I find. So that it looks almost like older black. Because it's, you know, so it's always good. I always use it. Mm-hmm. What else is exciting? Not much these days. I work hard. That's all I do. I work a lot, and I work hard, and that's it. That's my life right now. But it's okay. I'm working because I want to get the warp and my free content, both of them, the best they can ever be. And until that point, I just can't rest and stop because I want to do this for a living. I really do. And in these days where you people have a lot of options, right? There's so many good content producers out there. I can't take you for granted, you know? I have to work hard to keep you. Because otherwise, you're going elsewhere, you know? Easily. Ooh, look at him. He looks so good. He's looking good. He has so much character now. We gotta go soon, actually. It's like 50 minutes into the video. You guys won't get to see the finished product. That's okay. If you want to see the finished product, obviously go check out my Facebook page. And then you'll see it. And now it's time to use blue liner. It's like gray liner, but blue. And for the blue liner, I like to use blue liner on the weapons. Because it adds this blue tinge. That this is really good. I like it. I just do 2 thin coats. Of blue liner. Oh, by the way, I decided I'm going to do some happy birthdays to people and see who actually watches. Is it fun? Just, you know, happy birthdays to people. So this week's birthdays. First of all, Stu. Happy birthday, Stu. Officially. Stu knows who Stu is. You know Stu. He plays Imperial Guard, and he's been in a bunch of battle reports with me. It was Stu's birthday. He turned 40. So happy birthday, Stu. Hope you had a great birthday. Who else's birthday is this week? Brittany. Happy birthday, Brittany. Tommy. I can just be saying random names. John. Happy birthday, John. So happy birthday, John, Tommy, Brittany, Stu. Yeah. It was actually all those people's birthdays, for the record, though. Look at that. That looks really cool. Yeah. Let's do, you know whose birthday wasn't? I don't think it was Adam's. Greenleaf. Happy birthday if it was your birthday, but I don't think it was your birthday this week. And you missed a spot. Man, what's up with Greenleaf? Always missing spots. He's a great commission painter as well. Yep. His work is quite good. Most of us commission painters aren't enemies. We're frenemies. I'm just kidding. We're not even friends. We're friends, you know. Adam's a really good guy. But happy birthday, people. I should just start doing that, like a birthday segment of Q&J or of Painting with Jay. Happy birthday, this person. Happy birthday, this person. Yeah. That'd be fun. It's good to acknowledge people's existence. Look at this, people. The guns are... He's actually really close. Like, he's not that far off from actually being done. There's a few colors left that I need to highlight up and stuff. Oh yeah, they're right there as well. I missed his. But he's not looking bad at all. You know, we saw him at the beginning of this video, and he's made very much progress since, you know, the beginning of the video. They're so tiny. The Infinity models, their scale is just so tiny. I do find myself like, oh, I have to, you know, you guys can't tell, my head is like right off camera here. A little more here. Whoop, see. Painting with Jay. Goodbye. Okay. By the way, somebody brought that up the other day. People don't think I actually do the robot voice. I do, people. I really do. It's simply me inhaling to a certain tone. And, yeah. I learned how to do it years ago, and I've just been doing it ever since. You just go, hello, goodbye. Why do you do that? He's climbing in your window. Alright, let's get some eyes glowing. Glowing eyes time. What color should I use for glowing eye? Arcane blue. Time to use some arcane blue. La 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 la. Totally the wrong time of year to sing this. La 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 la. I don't know why, but Jay's becoming musical. I know. Because probably it's the fumes and Bobby Mcferrin. He's inspired me. Good. Yeah, just that. Good. Look at him. He's definitely a table. This is like this was the requested the tabletop standard that I was asked to do. I think it's quite good. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Like, no respect, no respect. When I was born, the doctor slapped my mother. I was told the other day I do have a face for radio. Oh, people. This is becoming a hilarious session for Painting with Jay. Perfect. Look at that. What else? I missed a couple other areas. Probably should do the belts. All the belts? Yeah, I should. Tell me about the flowers. So we'll see if Brittany or Stu watch this video. I'm betting Stu's gonna watch. Stu's a good guy. Watch his videos. There's a dog barking. We have a couple of dogs in this neighborhood that, you know, the dogs that just love to bark. Rubik's kind of one of them too. He won't bark at everything, but there's a couple of dogs in the neighborhood that really love to bark. That's okay. Dogs bark, and I understand that. You know, being a pet owner, I hate it when Rubik barks at people. I like to keep him not barking at people, you know. Of course, Rubik is a hilarious dog, and anybody who does any battle reports here knows Rubik acts aggressive until you show him the slightest sign of love, and then he's like, "You are my best friend. I love you. You're my best friend." Isn't that right? Yeah. He's almost done. This is good. This commission is on time. And I like this. This is basically the largest commission I've taken on in a while. It's 8. Oops. Good thing he is varnished with the base coat. And that was not a hard fall. He fell into paper towel, but still. I'm taking on 8 commissions, or this is 8 model commission, but they're 8 detailed models. I really enjoy these small commissions that I've been doing. Like, I did one last week, was just a Big Mac. And they're great because they send you a model and then you're like, okay, I'll put it on the table tomorrow and then it's done. And so, like, a couple times I've had a turnaround of nothing. You know, I've gotten the model on the Monday. It actually happened 2 weeks ago. Now this can't happen all the time because that'd be crazy. But it happened a couple weeks ago that a guy sent me a model. It got here on the Monday, and he had it on the Friday again. Because I finished it on the Tuesday. Mailed it on Wednesday, and he got it on Friday. Now he lives in Canada, so there wasn't any border times or anything crazy like that. But it feels good, really good, when it's so cool that, like, hey, I have your model, and then by the end of the week it's like, hey. And then he told me he's already played a game with it and he loves it, and it's just really cool. That's just awesome. Just get some dark on there. Good. I'm gonna call it soon because. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to call it soon because we're getting pretty late in here, people. I don't know how long I've been going for. I think it's over an hour. You know what? Yeah, let's call it here. I'm going to take a break anyway. It's good. But look at him. He looks pretty good. You remember what he looked like at the beginning of this video. And now he looks better. So let's end here. Now. Hey, everyone. So thank you very much for painting with me today and being a part of this painting with Jay. I really hope you enjoyed it. Remember, go check out my t-shirt store, miniwargamerj.spreadshirt.com, because if you use the coupon code FREESUMMER this week, you get, until Friday. Yeah, until Friday, you get free shipping on any order of $30 or more. So that means you can get the Mini Wargamer J shirts or, Chris shirts or Owen shirts, and you save on shipping. That's good. More money in your pocket, more shirts on you. So that's good. And as always, thank you so much for painting along with me and just being a part of my rambles. And don't worry, be happy. Paint it, That's what I'm going to say today. So till next time, this is Jay saying, don't worry, be happy. Painting.